Hello guys and welcome back to my channel. My name is Lumi and today I'm going to be coming back with another video. Today it's not going to be like a little story time where I talk about like something dumb that happened to me. This is going to be a paranormal side to my life. Now I'm going to be telling you guys 3 stories today, mainly for the fact that I don't want to drag this video on and I don't want you guys to be like, oh my god, this girl's boring, you know? So let's get on with the stories. Alright, anyways, let's get on with it. So the very first story I'm going to talk about was about the trend Charlie, and you guys might remember, I played it in high school, and this is a story of me playing Charlie twice in school. Now, growing up, I was always taught not to mess around with ghosts, with spirits, and all that. But, of course, me being the dumb girl that I am, I decided to play it once. Now, I think I was like around 13, 14 when I played this game for the first time. And I played it with a few kids in my math class. The way we played it was that we had our table, right? And our table was just a rectangular table, and we were playing this after taking our test. And it was for a math class, so obviously you get bored after you're done taking a test. You know, all that jazz. And so I don't think we even wrote a goodbye onto a piece of paper. And that's the first big mistake that I could have ever done playing this game. Mainly because, excuse me, you're supposed to exit whatever game you play. Especially with demonic demons. Like, you don't want to fuck with that shit like deadass. And my dumbass decided to do that. You get me? Okay, so let me continue. We start playing, and I'm just gonna go and refer them with BTS names, mainly for the fact that they're the only names that I can actually remember. So we have Jin, J-Hope, Jungkook, and who else? Jimin. So these are the people that were with me at the table. Jin was like, oh hey, like, you know, let's play. And I was like, I've never played it before. And I was kind of feeling like, you know, adventurous. And I also went for it because I was like, well, it's not at my house, so I'm not gonna summon it to my house, obviously. So that's one of the main reasons why I played. Because I wasn't summoning anything to my house, I was summoning it to school. So I was like, it stays in school, you know? Jin decides to make the board, so he did the cross, the yes, to no. I decided to provide the pencils, and my friends were just hanging around us. Now keep in mind that this was during a test, and we were playing this during a test, so we were being extra quiet. So Jin begins the game, and so we had Jungkook and Jimin sitting next to us. So me and Jin are just sitting there, and Jin goes ahead and asks, let's call Charlie a different name because I don't want to, you know, summon anything right now because I'm honestly a big fucking scaredy cat. Like, I deadass stop filming. Anyways, so let's call him Suga. So he goes, Suga, are you here? And so at first, me and Jin are like, nothing's gonna happen. Jungkook and I are like, nothing's gonna happen. So we're looking at each other, we're like, nothing's gonna fucking happen, you know? And so, you know, we're around and we're joking about it, and nothing happened, right? Well, Jin decided to ask it a stupid question since we were fucking around. And he said, Suga, do you like tacos? And that was the stupidest question ever, but he answered. And like, honestly, I was looking at everyone like dead ass. There's no way you could tell me that the wind did it, because I like fucking swear that when I saw the pencils move, I fucking freaked out and I was looking at everyone. The way we're seated is that, for example, I was here, Jin is you, Jungkook is beside me, Jimin is right here, and I think J-Hope was also involved. We'll just start J-Hope, and J-Hope was in the very corner of our table. So basically, there's 2 of us right here, 2 of you, and then someone beside us, right? So I have the direct view of the paper because it's literally right in front of me. So the only person who could have blown on the pencil was Jin, but I was looking at Jin when he asked Suga if he liked tacos. And the pencils moved to yes, but I was looking at Jin. I would have felt Jungkook blow beside me, and I would have seen the other person just blow the pencil, because the pencil, they move toward the yes instead of moving toward the no. So as soon as the pencil moves, my dumb ass gets scared, and I start looking at them, and I literally asked Jin, did you move the pencil? Jin goes, no. I look at Jungkook, did you move the pencil? No. So I look at Jimin and I'm like, Jimin, did you do it? And I was dead ass like bent on like saying that it was Jimin. I was like, Jimin, no, you have to be playing like you were the one who did it. You did it, Jimin. And Jimin was like, no, I fucking do it. So we look at J-Hope, and J-Hope was just like, that wasn't me, like no one blew on the pencil. J-Hope was pretty honest, like J-Hope never played around. Like, he didn't fucking play games. I look at it and I think he asked another question. I don't remember if it was just that question or another one. But let me continue just so I can explain to you why I'm so confused about my memories. But something happened that made me jump back. And I'm pretty sure that it was that he asked Suga something else. The pencils moved again and no one was going on them because I was looking at everyone. And that's when I jumped back. In the middle of a silent classroom, like I really had embarrassed myself. Like my crush was in that class, taking a test too. And I fucking scream, okay? And everyone turns to look at us. The teacher turns to look at us while we're supposedly be doing our test or silently reading a book. But we weren't, we were all around. So I fucking shout or like scream. Everyone dead stops and they turn to look at us. And I just feel my face flush red. I got so scared that I dead ass threw the paper. Like I literally shoved it away from myself and the pencils fell off and the paper fell off and it was that fucking bad. So after that, the teacher's just like, whatever, like don't fucking do shit anymore, like don't, you know, disrupt class until we start leaving for class. And I realized that I never said goodbye, or any of us. Not Jin, not me, not Jungkook, not Jimin. None of us said goodbye. And so, like, I eventually crumbled up the paper and I just threw it. So then, I believe Jin was the one who went back and got the paper and we tried to say goodbye. But I don't even recall that moment because it was just so scary. Like, walking home that day was so fucking scary, bro. It was just a really fucking crazy moment, especially because none of us were, like, playing around. Like we were, like, joking with each other, but we weren't blowing on the pencils. So, fast forward to let's say 10th grade. Yeah, 10th grade. I decided to tell my friends the same exact story. Now this time it was in a different classroom with a different teacher. So this teacher was actually out for a week. And so since the teacher was out for a week, we had a substitute and we would always, talk. We like moved seats and all that. And like it's the same thing that happens when you get a substitute, right? So I remember this day the teacher was subbing. It was a rainy day. And so we were watching a documentary. Everyone's just chilling. We're not doing anything. And so I decided to tell them about the story that happened before. And so I ended up telling them how it was scary and how the pencils moved. And the girl who sits next to me was like, nah, like I called, like it wasn't real. Like you're f***ing lying. Like sugar ain't real. And I was just like, sis, like I'm telling you, like the pencils moved, like I wasn't f***ing around. And so she's like, bet. And so I'm like, bet, okay, but you're gonna be the one who asks it the questions, you're gonna be the one who draws the paper, and you're gonna be the one who closes it, because I'm not playing that no more. I'ma look and I'll be a witness from the corner of the room, okay? And so the way that we were seated in this class was that we were like a little square. So let's make up names again. So we had boy 1, girl 1, and girl 2. So girl 1 was the girl sitting right next to me, boy 1 was sitting beside girl 1, and girl 2 was sitting right in front of us. So since we were all bored, they were like, fuck it, let's fucking do it. And of course, my dumb ass was like, I'm not gonna fucking play it. Like, no, like I will watch you guys play it, but I'm not gonna fucking play it. Like, I'm telling you, I'm not lying, but I'm gonna watch you play it. They started, and then they asked me for 2 pencils. So I supplied the 2 pencils, and I'm sitting there, and literally, I still remember the position I was posed because I was literally like sitting like this with my other leg up, and I was literally like sitting like that, looking at them. What ended up happening was that they started the game, correct? So at first, they started off the same way that we did. And what happened was that girl 1 didn't believe me at all. Like, she was like, nah, like that ain't gonna happen, that shit ain't fucking real. And so girl 1 decides to ask it, sugar, are you here? And no response. And so boy 1 goes, sugar, are you here? No answer. So I start watching the documentary, and I have this stupid urge to look at the paper. And I'm just watching the documentary, I'm not really doing anything. And I'm going in and out of focus from watching the documentary to watching this piece of paper. Now at this point, girl 1 has given up and she turned around on the paper. And she turned her back to the paper. So I'm sitting there, legs crossed in the corner, sitting right next to her. And I'm facing the paper, like my whole body is facing it. So after a while, I just get intrigued by the paper and I stay there, sitting there. And girl 1 at this point has completely forgotten about the fucking piece of paper while my dumbass is still looking at the paper. Now this is either one of two things. I'm either fucking Matilda or the fucking paper actually, not the paper, the pencils actually fucking moved. Because as girl 1 had her back turned to the fucking paper, I'm looking at it, boy 1 is distracted, and the girl in front of me, girl 2, she wasn't paying attention because she was looking at the TV. So I'm sitting there, girl 1 has her back turned to the paper, and the pencils move. When I tell you that I was so fucking surprised about this, because I was like, oh my god, like it did not just fucking happen in front of my eyes. Like, she was causing no wind, okay? Like, her back was literally to the paper, but she wasn't causing any, like, she wasn't moving around, she wasn't, you know, like flailing her arms, there wasn't an air conditioner on. It was just her back turned around to the piece of paper. And I wouldn't lie about this because I don't with that shit, you get me? So then I see that I see that the pencils are moving. And at first it started off as like the pencil started like wavering, it started like teeter-tottering, and the pencil moved. And I was just like, what the but I didn't say shit. I mean, I saw a still fucking pencil go from still to fucking like it moved by itself. So then I like tap on girl 1's shoulder and I'm like, hey, the pencil moved. And I said this in the most serious voice ever, and I think I scared her too much. So then she like tells boy 1, she's like, oh my god, like the pencils moved. And girl 2 is like, what the fuck, the pencils moved? I'm like, yeah, the pencils moved while girl 1's back was turned. And so then it started to get serious. So girl 1 starts freaking out. She's like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. The pencils moved, like I don't want to do this anymore, I want to finish it. And so she like, you could tell that she was starting to get anxious and she was starting to get very fucking panicky. So I did the best thing that I could do and I fucking lied. I was like, oh my god, like no, like I was just fucking with you. And I started like trying to laugh it off. I was like, no, I was just fucking around, like, you know, it wasn't like, you know, anything that moved the pencils. I moved the pencils, I just wanted to fuck with you. But now that I'm making this video, I want to confess, I did not move pencils. I saw the pencils move. So anyways, yeah, that's what happened. And you know, I confessed right here to you guys that I did not pencils. If you guys ever play it, just, you know, make sure to exit out the game and all that. And yeah, so I'm gonna cut this short real quick. I can do like a follow-up exit video because I'm getting kicked out. So bye.